Hey Aquarius, this is going to be your reading for the next 10 days. So the end of July, and yeah, it's only 10 days left to July. So through July, of July. Forgive me. Forgive me. If you can't tell, I'm a little sleepy. I sleep a lot. It's my favorite. Okay. Aquarius. Next 10 days, what are we at? I'll be doing the August reading soon, so those will be more in depth. Alright, Aquarius. Next 10 days, what do we got for you? I'm hearing fighting spirit. Got a fighting spirit. Underdog. Ruthless. What? Sometimes I just wonder, are you going crazy? You really aren't you? Fighting spirit is what stands out to me the most. So we'll go with that. Alright. Aquarius, what's going on? Page of Wands. Ten of Swords. God, dog. Hold on. The Devil. Four of Pentacles. You know, Aquarius, I think you're finally listening to something. I think you're finally listening to Spirit. I'm here, you know, could be learning a lesson here. You could either be hearing gossip about something that's really toxic and, you know, really just not good energy to be in or be around. This could have a lot to do with gossip. These next 10 days could be dealing with gossip, hearing gossip about yourself or other people. I wouldn't share too much with anybody these next 10 days because I don't think your information is necessarily safe. And I do feel like whatever it is that you have, you know, whatever's pressing you, whatever's on your mind and is pressing you, I think it's important to guard that. I think whatever's happening, it's important to guard it, protect it. So be careful who you're sharing with, because you don't necessarily have the greatest company. I think you're aware of that, but I think sometimes out of boredom or just out of wanting to be a part of a group, you'll share information, not realizing how messy that can get. So I really feel like protecting yourself, protecting your energy, and protecting anything that you know that could definitely cause a problem later. Do that. There may be gossip about something that you've got going on, and people are talking about it. And this could be something that's put you in a very vulnerable state, you know? Yeah, I'm really feeling like, you know, people that you were thinking that you could celebrate with and hang out with and really get down with, I feel like that was a mistake. Trusting people you shouldn't have trusted. And paying a price for it. Paying a price for it. Yeah, definitely paying a price for that. Let's see what this Ten of Swords is. Because you got the Ten of Swords, the Devil, and the Four of Pentacles, right? Oh, Ten of Swords. Yeah, something just wasn't growing. Something wasn't working. So you moved away from it. But it's got this grip on you. Damn it. Tower. You know, some of you weren't allowing a tower. There was a necessary change that needed to take place in your surroundings, in your own personal world, whatever. Like, there was a tower that needed to come down. Something wasn't solid and it needed to be rebuilt. Something needed to be worked on. And some of you weren't allowing it fully. And this is the repercussion from it, is what it feels like. Yeah, see, juggling too much. You're going to trip and fall. It's like you were handed responsibilities. You knew that you could handle them as long as you stayed focused. And if you don't, then you blow the whole thing out of the water. Yeah. This was something that you used to be committed to in the past. But something happened. It's like you gave up hope almost. Yeah, dropped your guard. Yep. You dropped your guard. You stopped building. You stopped. It's almost like you stopped caring. You know, some of you stopped caring and it was like, oh, well, it is what it is. And some of you just, don't get mad at me when I say this. We're arrogant about it, cocky about it, like, oh, I got this. I'll never, you know, it's almost like somebody who's very much so in their ego, you know, I'll never get caught. I'll never get caught. I can get away with this as long as I want to. I've mastered it, you know. And then somebody smarter came along and was like, think again. It's a very humbling experience, you know. And that's not for a lot of you. I think that's not the case for most of you. So, you know, don't take offense to that. I'm not speaking to the majority of you when I say that. But there is a sense of just not being careful here and regretting that. Yeah. But moving forward, that's not the case. Moving forward, there's going to be a focus that you've never had before. There's going to be a sharpness about you moving forward. Because you're not going to want to play that game again. You're like, aha, this will be a lesson very well learned. This is definitely going to be a lesson very well learned. So be happy about that. And when it's over, it's over. So be happy in that. Be glad in that. Let's see. Yeah, rebuilding. You see? You know, this kind of reminds me of that tower. Look at the tower card. Sort of looks like her dress. You know, it's a totally different deck. But look at the tower card. You see how the, you know, the strike comes in and it breaks apart the top, you know? Now look, you see the lightning strike on the side, but it looks like it can't penetrate it. It's trying to penetrate through it, but her dress, see how, God, this light. But do you see how on the dress, it's like a pillar. Her dress, she looks more like she's wearing a pillar, or she is the pillar, because it's so straight, like the tower. It's like you're rebuilding a part of you that was obliterated at one point. But now the rebuild, because of everything you've learned, the rebuild from this is impenetrable. No, but it's going to be so much harder for somebody to break down these walls ever again. So as hard as this is, whatever it is you're going through, as hard as this is, it's really building strength, it's really building character, and it's really setting you up for the next phase of your life, which is going to be so much more comfortable and so much more productive. Do you know what I mean? Manifest all your desires. You're going to get a new beginning with love. You see how they meet up? These two lights that he's got, and it's like a shape of a heart, you know? But it's red, you know? It's like really strengthening the root chakra. And then at the bottom, you've got the Four of Wands. And look at the red in there. It's like really strengthening the stability. It's strengthening the stability. And which, you know, if you exercise the bottom half of your body, it will strengthen your entire core, you know? And so this is sort of like what's happening. You've got to build from the bottom. You've got, and you strengthen yourself here, and it will strengthen. You work on yourself here, your roots, your groundedness, what keeps you grounded, solid, planted firmly in the ground. And then the rest is fragile until it strengthens it, like watering a tree. The root is like the strongest part of the tree, but it spreads its nutrients, and it slowly strengthens the rest of the tree. So you're sort of like that tree. Your root is going to be really, really strong after this obliteration of what was happening. It's going to strengthen your root, which is then going to strengthen your core. And once you're rebuilt, after you go through this metamorphosis, after you go through this change, you're going to be so much stronger and so much wiser than you were. This is really building a brand new Aquarian, so embrace the difficult aspect of this change. Embrace it, because it's doing so much for you that you can't see, but it's coming. So just stay patient and give yourself a break, all right? You need the rest. You need it. All right, Aquarius, I hope that made sense, and I will see you for August reading.